Dear students, great day. Let us start our session with Geography, Unit 6, Man and Environment. In this session, we are going to learn about components of environment, the various features of human-environment interaction, various settlement patterns, different economic activities of man, and the environmental effects of human behavior. Environment is a set of relationship between man and nature. Man has survived through the ages, dwelling within his surroundings called the environment. The word environment is derived from the French word environ, meaning encircled or surrounded. Environment includes both living and non-living components. Man and environment. Early man depended entirely on nature for food, clothing, and shelter. Man has enjoyed a dominant position over the other living organisms around him because of his erect posture, hands, and intelligence. From the Paleolithic period to the Neolithic period, man has invented and developed the wheel, fire, tools, and patterns of agriculture and housing to his comfort, which led him to improve the standard of living, making himself technologically advanced. Thus, modern man modified the environment where he multiplies in numbers to increase population and has always extended his territories, leading to the misuse of natural resources. The Stockholm Conference 1972 declared man as both a creator and molder of his environment. The Earth Summit, formerly known as the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, was held in Rio de Janeiro in 1992. Classification of environment. Environment is generally classified as natural environment, human environment, and man-made environment. The components of natural environments are land, air, water, and creature. The components of human environment are political, economic, education, religion, community, family, and individual. The components of man-made environment are buildings, parks, bridge, road, industries, and monuments. Natural environment. Earlier, we have learnt about the natural components of environment such as lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. In this chapter, we will study about the human and man-made components in a detailed manner. Human environment. Human environment is defined as an interaction between man as an individual with his family, occupation, and society. It is also related to various cultural aspects such as education, religion, economics, and politics. Man-made environment. Man-made environment has been created by man himself for the purpose of fulfilling his needs and to make his life more convenient and easy. For example, building, transport, park, industry, monument, etc. To bring an equilibrium between man and the environment, man has to study the distribution of population, availability of resources, development in technology, alternate means of fulfilling the increasing demand created by the growing population and other man-made features. Population. Human beings are important to develop the economy and society. The Latin word populus means people. Population is the total number of people living together in a particular place at the given point of time. Demography. In ancient Greek, demos means people and graphis means study of measurement. So, demography is a statistical study of human population. Population growth. It is easy to add but difficult to maintain. Population is a dynamic phenomenon where the number, distribution, and composition are constantly changing. Human population increases as babies are born and decreases as people die. For most of human history, births have only slightly exceeded deaths every year. As a result, human population grows slowly. About the time of Industrial Revolution, it began to increase fastly. Natural increase of population is the difference between the birth rate and death rate. In fact, population is always increasing, but only in very rare cases it may decrease through natural or man-made disasters such as famine, landslides, earthquake, tsunami, outbreak, extreme weather conditions and war. Population change refers to an increase or decrease in the population of an area influenced by the number of births, deaths, and migration. The population of the world doubled from 500 million in 1650 to 1000 million in 1850. The projected population for 2025 and 2050 is about 8 billion and 9 billion respectively. Population growth refers to an increase in the number of people who reside in a particular area during a particular period. Census. Census is an officially enumeration of population carried out periodically. It records information about the characteristics of population such as age, sex, literacy, and occupation. Different countries of the world conduct census every 5 to 10 years as recommended by the United Nations. The first known census was undertaken nearly 6,000 years ago by the Babylonians in 3800 BC. Denmark was the first country in the modern world to conduct a census. In India, the first census was carried out in the year 1872. Censuses have been conducted regularly every 10 years since 1881. The Black Death is estimated to have killed 30 to 60% of Europe's total population during the 14th century. The dominant explanation for Black Death is attributed to the outbreak of plague. Distribution of population. Population distribution refers to the way in which people are spread out across the Earth's surface. The world population is not uniformly distributed owing to the following factors. Physical factors. Physical factors include temperature, rainfall, soil, relief, water, natural vegetation, distribution of minerals, and availability of energy resources. Historical factors. Regions with historical importance, war, and constant innovations fall under historical factors responsible for population distribution. Economic factors. Educational institutions, employment opportunities, manufacturing industries, trade and commerce, and other facilities encourage dense population in an area. The World Population Day is observed on 11th July every year. It seeks to raise awareness of global population issues. The United Nations Development Programme is started celebrating this event from the year 1989. Density of population. Density of population refers to the number of people living per square kilometer. An area is said to be sparsely populated when it has a large area with less number of people. Similarly, smaller the area with a larger number of people, it is said to be densely populated. The formula for calculating population density is population density equal to total population divided by total land area. The world's population density is divided into three main groups: areas of high density, areas of moderate density, areas of low density. Areas of high density above 50 people per square kilometer: East Asia, South Asia, Northwest Europe, and Eastern North America. Areas of moderate density 10 to 50 people per square kilometer. The subtropical regions like Angola, Congo, Nigeria, and Zambia in Africa. Areas of low density, less than 10 people per square kilometer. Central Africa, Western Australia, Northern Russia, Canada, etc. Overpopulation and underpopulation. Overpopulation is a condition when a country has more people than its resources to sustain. Underpopulation is a condition where there are too few people to develop the economic potential of a nation fully. India has an official population policy implemented in 1952. India was the first country to announce such a policy. The main objective of this policy was to slow down the rate of population growth through promotion of various birth control measures. Human settlements. A settlement can be described as any temporary or permanent unit area where people live, work, and lead an organized life. A settlement generally consisted of a cluster of houses, places of worship, and a place of burial. Later, small settlements developed into villages. Several villages together formed a town. Bigger towns developed into cities. Settlements were formed in different shapes, sizes, and locations. Classification of settlements. On the basis of occupation, settlements may be classified as rural and urban settlements. Rural settlements. Any settlement where most of the people are engaged in primary activities like agriculture, forestry, mining, and fishery is known as a rural settlement. Most of the world's settlements are rural, that are mostly stable and permanent. The most important and unique feature of rural settlements is the vast open spaces with green, pollution-free environment. Patterns of rural settlements. Rectangular pattern or rectangular settlement. Rectangular pattern of settlements are found in plain areas or valleys. The roads are rectangular and cut each other at right angles. Linear settlement or linear pattern. In a linear pattern, the houses are located along a road, railway line, and along the edge of the river valley or along a levee. Circular settlement or circular pattern or semicircular pattern. The pattern of settlement that is found around the lakes, ponds, and sea coast are called circular or semicircular pattern. Star-like pattern or star-like settlement, where several metalled or unmetalled roads converge, star-shaped settlements develop. In a star-shaped settlements, houses are spread out along the sides of roads in all directions. Triangular pattern. Triangular patterns of rural settlement generally develop at the meeting of rivers. T-shaped, Y-shaped, cross-shaped or cruciform settlements. T-shaped settlements develop at tri-junctions of the road T, while Y-shaped settlements emerge as the places where two roads converge with the third one. Cruciform settlements develop on the crossroads which extend in all four directions. Nebular pattern. The arrangement of roads is almost circular, which ends at the central location or nucleus of the settlement around the house of the main landlord of the village or around a mosque, temple or church. Urban settlements. Urban is a term related to cities and towns where people are primarily engaged in non-agricultural activities such as secondary, tertiary and Quaternary activities. Classification of urban settlements. Urban centers are classified as towns, cities, metropolitan cities, megacities, conurbation, etc. depending on the size, services available, and functions played to it. Town. A town is generally larger than a village but smaller than a city. It has a population of less than 1 lakh. For example, Arakonam near Chennai. City. Cities are much larger than towns and have a great number of economic functions. The population in cities are estimated to be more than 1 lakh. For example, Coimbatore. Metropolitan cities. Cities accommodating population between 10 lakhs and 50 lakhs are metropolitan cities. For example, Madurai. Megacities. Cities with more than 50 lakh population are called megacities. For example, Greater Chennai. Conurbation. A conurbation is a region comprising of a number of cities, large towns and other urban areas. For example, Delhi conurbation. Damascus is widely believed to be the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world, dating back to at least 11,000 years. Tokyo is the world's largest city with the Greater Tokyo area housing about 38 million inhabitants. According to the Quality of Living rankings by consultancy Mercer in 2016, the city offering the best quality of life was Vienna, with Zurich falling second. Economic activities. Economic activities are those efforts or actions that involve production, distribution, and consumption of commodities and services at all levels within a region. Types of economic activities: primary activities, secondary activities, tertiary activities, quaternary activities, quinary activities. Primary activities. Primary activities pertain to the extraction of raw materials from the Earth's surface. For example, food gathering, hunting, fishing, mining, agriculture, etc. Secondary activities. Secondary activities transform raw materials into finished goods. For example, iron and steel industries, automobile manufacturing, etc. Tertiary activities. Activities which by themselves do not produce goods but support the process of production are called tertiary activities. For example, transport, communication, banking, storage, and trade. Quaternary activities. The activities related to research and development as well as knowledge are called quaternary activities. For example, services like consultation, education, and banking. Quinary activities. The activities that focus on the creation, rearrangement, and interpretation of new and existing ideas are called quinary activities. It includes the highest level of decision making in a society or economy. For example, senior business executives, scientists, and policy makers in the government. Environmental issues. Environment is a basic life support system that provides air, water, food, and land to all living organisms. But human beings degrade the environment through rapid industrialization. Some of the environmental issues are deforestation, pollution such as air, water, noise, etc., urbanization, fracking, waste disposal. Deforestation. Deforestation is the cutting down of trees permanently by the people to clear forest in order to make the land available for other uses. Effects of deforestation. Deforestation results in many effects like floods, loss of soil fertility, air pollution, global warming, etc. The United Nations Conference on Environment and Development by name Earth Summit Conference held at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil on June 1992 concluded that all member countries should reduce their emission of carbon dioxide, methane, and other greenhouse gases thought to be responsible for global warming. Conservation of forests. Conservation of forests can be done through the regulation of cutting of trees, control over forest fire, proper use of forest products. Sustainable development. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. For sustainable development to be achieved, it is crucial to harmonize three core elements, that is economic growth, social aspects, and environmental protection. Social sustainability. The ability of a social system such as country, family, or organization to function at a defined level of social well-being and harmony is called social sustainability. Economic sustainability. The economic sustainability is successfully implemented through strong public distribution system. Economic sustainability ensures that our economic growth maintains a healthy balance with our ecosystem. Environmental sustainability. It is the ability of the environment to support a defined level of environmental quality and natural resources extraction rates forever to mankind. Unnecessary disturbance to the environment should be avoided whenever possible. Why is sustainability important? The excessive usage of natural and man made resources deplete its availability for the future generation. We need to look after our planet, our resources, and our people to ensure that we can handle over our planet to our children to live in true sustainability. Hence, conservation and awareness are the two important terms that can bring sustainability to our living. How to help the value of sustainability grow among students? Lifestyle. Your lifestyle is your choice and you can change it. For example, when you go to the grocery store, make sure you always carry a bag. This way, the shopkeeper does not have to give you many plastic bags. Fixing. If your watch or a toy or a camera is broken or not working, try getting it fixed before you buy yourself a new one. Recycle. Try and be conscious about the things around you. When you consume something, see if you can reuse it later. Needs versus wants. Before you buy something, ask yourself the question, do I need this or do I want it? Remember, sustainability starts with you. So, act locally and think globally. In this session, we learnt about the components of environment, the various features of human-environment interaction, various settlement patterns, different economic activities of man, and environmental effects of human behavior. Thank you.